The second time I try to record this, my microphone died on the first try, so hopefully this time we are able to get through it. But anyway, it is May 1st, first day of the month, and today we took two trades. I thought I'd go over with you guys my discretionary style for trading evaluation specifically, and really how I go about passing these evals. I have 2 or 3 mechanical models that I trade, and then this new discretionary, I guess, style off of higher time frame, key levels, and fair value gap. So without further ado, I'll show you guys the 2 trades I took today, and then take it from there. So this is us coming into the day. We were at all-time highs. So these right here are previous all-time highs. And then the 10 a.m. open pretty much destroyed or took that all-time high. You can see that we kind of ranged between these two levels, and then we're going to come back down and inverse this 5-minute fair value gap. Obviously, I didn't want to be predicting a break of structure to the downside, because when trading all-time highs, it's like the same thing when shorts are in. You don't want to catch a falling knife. Well, I don't want to be predicting when the floodgates will open and when we will short. So as you can see, we created a new all-time high right up here, and I traded another all-time high trade during Asia session. I believe it was the same night, to get my account just a little bit of buffer before I took these trades. But anyway, we do have all-time highs intact. That's going to be my draw on liquidity eventually. But the first trade that I took was actually a short. So, pardon me 1 second. All right, so here we go. We start to get a push to the downside. And at this point, if we go on the 5-minute, we can see that we had this fair value gap on the 5-minute, which just got inverted. And so what I will do is I will wait for us to come back up, retest some lower time frame key level or PDRA to rescalp the most recent low. And so that's exactly what I waited for. And so I actually saw, as price was coming back up, I said, okay, well, I'm going to set a limit order here at the fair value gap and wait to get tapped in. So just waiting around here, and then boom, I get tapped in right here. My take profit was about $1,200. That's all I needed on the account. So that's what I set my TP. So it's a little bit above the low of the last 15-minute. So if price tries to, BS around that area, for lack of a better term, then I will be able to get out of the trade. So let's look at what happens here. We do kind of chop around for a bit, and then eventually I got really scared with this up close candle. I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was a fake move to the downside to squeeze the sellers and then continue up, but I get kind of blessed here with a nice little down move. There we go. All right, so at this point, I'm not sure if there's one more candle. Yeah, at this point, we have an SMT with ES, and I decide to go break even. So if we go to ES here, we can see that ES has indeed taken out the low. However, NQ still has that low intact. And so I decide to move my stop. I don't know why my stop got removed, but I decided to move my stop break even at my entry right here. And as you're going to see, my stop gets taken out. Break even trade, not a problem. I go looking for another trade. I do take multiple trades with evals. I try to pass them in as little as time as possible, because I don't like to waste time. I like to get funded right away so that I take the good setups on the funded. So that being said, given that we're all-time highs, given that now we have left these lows intact and we have an SMT, I'm going to judge that these are protected lows, that we're not going to come back down to resweep them. And I'm actually going to be targeting all-time highs. So I'll show you guys how I frame this trade. And so what the way I framed this trade, guys, or what I was waiting for was, oh my gosh, dude, I hate when it does that. Move tool, thank you. I am waiting for a breakout structure to the upside. So basically, I'm waiting for us to close above this swing high here. And once we close above this swing high, I'm going to consider entering to target all-time highs. All right, so we'll see what happens. All right, and we get a nice candle closure here. I'll go back a little bit just to show you guys my entry. And I would consider this candle here a break of structure. The previous candles, not so much because they're wicking. So I don't like to see these wicks. But this nice full body close I like. And so what I did was that I set my limit order right at the break of structure right there. I get tapped in here. And then my target is obviously going to be all-time highs. My stop loss is going to be at these swing lows. And then just let the trade play out. Now, this is a high probability, I guess, draw on liquidity. The reason why it's all-time highs. The reason why it got swept already twice. And so a third time is due on this day before the close of the session. Historically, we tend to see when a new all-time high is created, multiple all-time high level created within the same day, if that makes sense. All right, so here we go. Now, you're going to notice that this previous all-time high level that we were at before the 10 a.m. open is going to act as resistance. So I always leave my key levels on the chart to see how price reacts. And eventually we get a nice displacement. I think I saw it was like over 2,000 contracts on this very candle right here. And so at this point, I'm pretty confident that we're going to hit the draw. I move my stop right above the previous all-time high level right here. And I just wait it out. So here we go. And I actually had... There you go. I had my take profit up there, actually. All right, so now I'm just waiting for the draw to get taken. And boom. All right, so at this point, we see all-time highs is up here, and we just took the high. So what I do is I'm going to drag my stop a little closer to these swing lows, so that way, if price reverses on me, I can still catch a decent amount of profits. However, given that I'm only a few ticks from my goal, which was about 150, around 1,200 and change to pass my eval, I am just waiting there. So waiting, and then boom. So this candle right here, which I was blessed at, as you can see, I got top ticked out, hit my take profit, and then it catapulted to the downside. That candle there was a Trump tweet regarding tariffs around 11:50, I believe. Yep, here it is. So Trump said, I will be increasing tariffs charged to Europe for cars and trucks, increasing it to 25%. Okay, and as you can see, this is financial juice, what I use for my news. The S&P 500 flushed out or sold off right as that news dropped. And so did NASDAQ. So as you can see right here, we sold off. But hey, I was blessed. Top ticked and then flush out to the downside. I mean, I've been stopped out so many times in this market. Being blessed one time, I'm grateful for it. And yeah, that's basically it. I think we go up and we sweep the high one more time before the end of the session, if I'm not mistaken. And interestingly enough, you can see that the candle closed right at the all-time high level right here. So these are key levels on the higher time frame that you want to keep an eye out of. But yeah, that's how I frame my trade. That's the trade to all-time highs. Hopefully this video helps. If you guys want to see similar trades, ideas, if you want to grow as a community, if you want to grow in faith, or even message me about potential mentorship, you can do that on the free Discord. I'll leave a link to that in the description and in the comments below. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments as well. Until next time, it's your boy Kevin. God bless y'all. Have a great day. Peace out.